Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to another episode of the Cider Drinker. And on today's episode I am bringing to you another real cider. This time we're going to Ludlow in Shropshire to try out Mahorall Farm Dry Sparkling. Now, this is from the original mixed case of ciders that I have, because I have bought another mixed case since then, and well, this one has been sitting in my fridge for a little while, and I thought, you know what, I think it's about time this one got a review, so here it is. Don't really know a whole lot about the actual cider company that makes this, other than the fact they only seem to make two different varieties of bottle conditioned ciders. All the rest are like on draft or just like specialist ciders that you can't actually buy. So, well, just be interested to see how this one turns out. But before all the tasting and everything, it is down to the nitty-gritty with some details on Mahorall Dry. Mahorall Dry comes in 500ml bottles and is also a frequenter of real ale festivals across the country too, so keep your eye out for it if you're ever in one. The alcohol percentage is 5.5% in volume, and as I've already said, this is the dry variety of the cider that they do. Now the price, well, on the actual website you can get this bottle for £2, so which is pretty damn cheap for a real cider as well. So if you do get it, then do check out the website, because that is definitely the cheapest that you can get it for. There we go. Now, as with the other mixed case ciders I got, it actually cost me around about £2.89 for this bottle, but as I have said, you can get it for £2 off their website individually, so it's definitely cheaper to get it off their website, that is for sure. And I think they list it, they list the website on the bottom of the bottle as well, so that's cool. Now then, just a little bit of reading for you guys, so I'll just get this out of the way. Mahorall Farm cider is made on a small family farm in the hills of South Shropshire. The fresh apple juice is fermented by naturally occurring wild yeasts in order to preserve the true taste of farm cider. The cider is then allowed to mature with no artificial additives, so each cider has a unique taste that is entirely dependent on the wild yeasts. Ooh. And it also contains no added sulfites. Well, that's surprising. That's pretty much the only cider that I've had so far which doesn't contain sulfites for freshness. This is going to be interesting to how it turns out. But there we go, there's nothing else on here apart from just like the address and everything, so yeah, please drink responsibly. Well, I'm not going anywhere, so there's no need for me to be responsible, but there we go. Front of the bottle is, well, it's kind of rustic really, well I feel anyway, kind of a rustic design with you know, the hand-drawn apple. It looks like they're hand-drawn, the hand-drawn apples in the corner there, but I don't know, it's just got kind of a prestigious rustic look to it, I'd say. Yeah, I mean, it kind of draws you in. I have to say, the medium sparkling variety that they do looks very similar to this one. The only way they differentiate is with the caps. The dry one always has a red one and the medium has a gold one. And I have the medium in the fridge as well, which I'll be doing at some other point too. But that is for another review, because it's time to try Mahorall Dry Sparkling. See how that turns out. It will be interesting to see how the inclusion of no added sulfites is going to affect the taste, so here we go, let's get a whiff. Wow! This again smells like another really oaky cider. That seems to be like the third one on the trot that I've had that smells really smoky and oaky coming out of the bottle. Wow, that's really strong actually. It's only 5.5% as well, but blimey, that is very oaky. I said in my previous review that that was the you know, the most oaky character that I had coming out of the bottle, but this one is very, very close to it. Let's see how it smells in the glass anyway. Allow me to just pour this out. There you go. I don't think there's natural sediment in this one. I mean, I'm going to pour it slowly anyway, just in case. Because obviously pouring it slowly you don't disturb the natural sediment. I'll probably sound like a broken record to you guys now, but there we go. There we go, just get the last little bit out. Hey. Alright, here is what it looks like in the glass. Very dark cider, very amber in colour, and as you can notice, the bubbles are actually sticking to the side of the glass there as well. Very, very fine, tiny bubbles as well. That's usually a good sign for a quality cider. You know, you don't want all these massive, great hulking ones floating all the way to the top. No, that looks very nice. Very good first impressions, definitely. Right, let's see what it smells in the glass. Definitely very oaky. Wow, I'm definitely getting that. But again, a very nice hint of apples too. That is really coming out of it. I reckon it's those wild yeasts definitely working their magic on this one. But yeah, very pleasantly smelling, and again a very nice looking cider too. It's probably as dark, if not darker, than the Gwatkin Yarlington Mill that I just did. So I do like this sort of colour on ciders. Right, let's dive right in. Here's the taste test. Whoa, blimey! Ooh, that was a different sort of taste. Wow, you really do get the oakiness coming off of this, as I probably I pretty much expected coming off of it. But there's a certain something about this one that I can't really quite put my finger on. It's definitely very dry, but there's just something else about this that I can't quite put my finger on. I'll have to go in for a second opinion for you guys. There's almost a kind of a tanginess about the taste. The initial taste is very clean, very crisp, and like I said, extremely dry, and you do get the real oaky character coming out of this, but as it starts to go down your throat, you get a real zing right at the back of your throat, and it's completely unexpected. You don't expect this at all. It's yeah, it can take you by surprise, but it's a very pleasant taste. And the aftertaste, it's definitely got that lingering oaky character as well. Really lingers at the back of your throat, like most of the other oak aged ciders I've had. In fact, this doesn't say it's oak aged though. It's just left to ferment naturally, so maybe that is exactly what the taste is. Maybe it's the wild yeasts working their magic, like I said. But yeah, that is very nice, and yeah, definitely dry. In fact, it's actually left my mouth quite parched, as is the case with most dry ciders. We'll get another taste. Oh yes, it's definitely a light tasting one, not full-bodied. It goes down very well. It's not obviously it's not the strongest cider out there, but yeah, this does go down very well. Like I say, it's definitely a very clean and crisp one, and yeah, just overall very nice tastes coming off of it. The only downer that I can really make of this is that the overall, like the initial taste doesn't really last long. So even though you really want to sit down and enjoy this cider, it's one that you do have to take quite frequently in order to enjoy the taste of it. You can't just like take a sip and just the flavours just linger in there. Yeah, you do get that oaky character at the back of your throat, but the overall taste really does kind of dissipate quite quickly on this one. It's a little bit disappointing, but overall a very nice package. So let's just get one final taste. Yeah, very pleasant cider. Very pleasant. It's not a thirst quenching one, because it's like a dry cider. It's not a real thirst quencher, but one that you can definitely enjoy on its own, or obviously accompanied with food and everything. But yeah, an overall very pleasant cider. So I'm hoping that their medium sparkling variety is going to be just as good. But for this one, Mahorall Farm Dry gets a 7 out of 10 from me. It's not quite up there with some of the other real ciders that I've had previously, but overall it is still a very enjoyable cider, and one that you should definitely keep your eye out for. like I say, £2 off their website, you can't sniff at that. So yeah, overall, definitely gets the thumbs up from me. Well, that was another episode of the Cider Drinker for you guys, and it's another oaky one too. Here's hoping the next one won't be as oaky, because to be honest, you know, it's getting a bit repetitive, me saying the same things all the time. But I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back with another delicious and tasty cider soon. But until then, I'm going to finish me off this dry Mahorall Farm sparkling cider. Take care guys, until next time.